Hello. Today we're going to be reviewing a game called Framed. It is a Roblox game released by PAOO. Framed is a game all about spies, in as general terms as I can put it. Framed is played in many different modes, but I will discuss the main mode, the game mode Framed. In this mode, there are three roles: the Framed, the Police, and the Undercover. As a Framed, you have a simple task: kill your target and don't get killed. You must find a person, kill them, avoid the police, and avoid your hunter, who is the player who is trying to kill you. In a full lobby, there are 12 framed. You have a few tools at your disposal to help you get this done. Your number 1 slot is your check target tool. The 1 key and the E key is how you use this tool. This tool shows the face of your target. The 1 key brings it up, and the E key will bring it up only when the key is pressed down, and when it's released, it will bring it back down, letting you check real fast. Your number 2 slot is a fully automatic pistol. This pistol will activate the red-handed mechanic, which I will discuss in a second, but that mechanic is what allows the police to kill you when you use a weapon. The pistol has decent stats, and it's customizable, with many different types of pistols, which in the game behave the exact same way and are merely cosmetic, and they also have many skins as well. Your number 3 slot is your knife, and this weapon is quite unique. It's a melee weapon, obviously, and it kills in 4 hits. But when you're behind your opponent, it kills them instantly, making this great for sneaking up on someone and getting a fast kill to get away. This weapon, as with the gun, also does activate the red-handed mechanic, so be careful when you're using it. Lastly, your number 4 slot is a drink. There are various NPCs who do nothing but stand there, and most of them, not all of them, but most of them are holding a drink. Holding your drink makes you look more like an NPC, and therefore more likely to get ignored by a potential hunter. The next role is police. The police are highlighted in blue so everybody can see them, even the other police. As police, your goal is to kill all the red-handed frames and survive haste mode and win by killing every other framed. In a full lobby, there are 2 police. The police have 2 tools. Your number 1/E slot is a pistol, and this functions the same as the frames pistol. And your number 2 slot is your police badge. It's pretty useless as it's just a badge and doesn't really do anything, but you can wave it in everybody's faces if you want. The red-handed mechanic is very important to the police role. When a framed uses a weapon, they become red-handed. When they are red-handed, the police and the undercover can kill them, and their hands will glow red to indicate they are red-handed. When they put their weapon away, a timer is activated, and they are still red-handed until this timer ends. The final role is the undercover. This role is similar to the police in its job, killing red-handed players. They, however, look like framed rather than police, and their other job is to blend in with the framed as to not die. They have 4 tools. Their number 1/E slot is a fake check target tool. This tool is used just like the frames check target tool, except that it is fake and shows a random face rather than the face of a person in-game. And this tool is used to blend in with the framed, as the framed are using their tool to see their target, which is very important. Their number 2 slot is their gun, which functions just like the other guns. Their number 3 slot is their police badge. I think this is a holdover from when the undercover was able to be killed and wasn't marked for the police, but now it's a death wish to show it. Their number 4 slot is their drink, to blend in even more with the framed, as the framed have a drink. It does the exact same thing as the frame's drink. There are a few game modes which I could talk about for hours, but to make decent time, I'll only mention them briefly, in order of how often the mode is played. So the first game mode, Hunted Man, one player is selected as the Hunted Man, and every other player has the Hunted Man as their target, so everybody is looking for one player. If the Hunted Man dies, or the Hunted Man kills a framed, somebody else becomes the Hunted Man. There are no police or undercover, so feel free to hold out your weapons. The next mode is No Secrets. In this game mode, you have 2 targets who are both also your hunters, so you see both your targets who are also your hunters. Simple as that. Other than that, it's like a regular framed, with 2 police officers and an undercover. Team Deathmatch. In this mode, there are two teams, the police and the framed, both given a gun and a knife, and the goal is to kill as many of the other team as possible. There is no undercover. Free for all. Nobody plays this mode, and getting footage was impossible. I couldn't find any footage. This mode is pretty self explanatory. Everybody has a role called a spy, and it's a free for all where everybody is against everyone else, and the goal is to get the most kills. There are a few other weapons in the game with varying degrees of usage. Please bear with me here because I don't have footage for all of these, as with the next section, which will be other shop items, but let's begin. The MP5 is a fully automatic machine gun with 30 shots and a very fast fire rate. This gun does not do enough damage to overshadow the pistol and costing 2 points in game. If you have the luxury, get a third point and get a different gun. This gun can be used as a backup in case your pistol runs out of ammo mid-fight, so instead of reloading you can whip this out, but other than that this gun isn't too great. It just doesn't do enough damage. The Bowie knife costs 3 points and is the same thing as a knife, except for the fact that it gets a one-hit kill from any direction. This is literally useless at mid to long range, but overpowered in close quarters, close range combat. The Spas 12 is a shotgun. We know what those do. This gun is really good at close range, but not too good at longer ranges. It shoots slug rounds, according to the in-game description of the gun, and shoots 4 rounds a shot with large spread. It costs 3 points, but I personally really like this weapon. The Dragunov is a sniper, so it's not good at close range, right? No, for some reason this gun is the jack of all trades if you know how to use it right. If you don't know how to, then you're a sitting duck, so get to learning. This gun also costs 3 points and is a tempting and oftentimes worthy purchase as long as you know what you're doing. It shoots a one shot, and it does an incredible amount of damage, and it's an insta-kill on a body shot or headshot. There are a few other shop items, some of which can only be bought by one roll. The flashbang, which is purchasable by everyone, anywhere, and costing 1 point. This cheap little device, when tossed, will explode, blinding whoever it hits and deafening them for a second or two. You can also buy as many of these want, so have some fun with them. Then there's Intel, which costs 1 point, and buying it will upgrade the frame's check target tool, showing the target's whole body rather than just the face. Only the framed can buy this. Then there's the bulletproof vest. Only police and undercover can buy this. It costs 2 points and increases the user's health to 200, doubling it from 100. If you use this enough, or when you're more experienced, other players will get annoyed because it is overpowered. It doubles your health with no drawbacks at all. And then there's the radar. It's a tool that costs 2 points and is only purchasable by framed. It shows the player where their next target is. It's overpowered, but nobody buys it in favor of a new weapon. Framed has an assortment of different maps to play on, ranging from a small home to a large museum, and these maps come in all shapes and sizes to enjoy the game in different environments. Here's a hot take: Classy Cottage is the best, Fiesta is the second best, and Port and Harborview are the worst. And the game's gunplay is fast-paced, with more automatic modern weapons and shotguns. Even the sniper's a fast-paced gun if you use it that way. There are many good things and bad things about this game, so we'll start with the good ones. They're short rounds, and this allows for getting in and out if you want to just play a round or two. It only takes about 10 minutes, and waiting times to get into a match aren't too long. There's an arena to practice your skills and pass the time while waiting. It helps make the time in between rounds less boring. Robux is only cosmetic or increases your chance for a specific role and doesn't give any overpowered weapons or gain any advantage in the round. There's maps and a game mode voting. Players get to vote on the map they want to play and the game mode, and the developer thought as well, making it so that when you are in the arena, only a little side panel appears that you can use to vote instead of covering the entire screen. And there's a tutorial. It has an interactive tutorial that I like. It tells you about the game and how to play, but lets you make your own playstyle. It doesn't really tell you too much about the game. That would reveal too much, if you know what I mean. And there are also many bad things as well. So we'll start with that. There's a bad hotbar. It's not too bad, and so you need to get a weapon that you just bought, which appears in the number 5 slot, which on a keyboard is hard to reach compared to the other ones. The other game modes are often ignored. Other modes get ignored quite often. It's impossible for me to get free-for-all footage because nobody wanted to play it. Framed is the only game mode that will be played very often, and a lot of times Hunted Man, but Team Deathmatch and free-for-all are left out, and sometimes no secrets. And no active development. This game has no active development. The creator of the game hasn't updated the game since October 3rd, 2023, according to the Roblox website, which since the release of this video is about 3 to 4 months, and I don't even know what changed because I was playing before that. And there's a low player count, usually less than 100 players. I think Roblox Framed is a great game to have a bit of fun with, and I think it's a pretty good game. It does, however, suffer from a few flaws, but most of these flaws are more or less overlookable. This game, for a while, was my favorite game on Roblox. I think this game deserves to at least be tried. You should play Framed if you like the sound of it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.